Howdy everybody, getting ready to play Marcus for season 39. This is my 5th match of the season. One remaining after this against Psychomatic. 5-2 doesn't look that good. And I mean, 4-3 doesn't look that, it doesn't look that bad either, to be clear. It's probably better than the 4-3 actually. Well, okay, so on the 4-3 you can open like Groom Bonfire. Which is probably, well, I don't know, seems okay to me. And on the 5-2 you can open Tormentor or Displace. I think I'm going to open Tormentor. Groom has some changeling interactions here. Imp is the only, well, I guess Groom, it's not really draw. I mean, when you gain a village, Groom is draw, but, oh, there's Vault. Yeah, there's some draw. It's kind of weak, though. But good gains between Groom and Displace. I mean, I'll take a free silver for sure. I'm not super in love with him giving me a silver there. Probably Bonfire on my next turn. This I'll buy Displace. He's probably gonna Bonfire. Messenger didn't do a whole lot for him. I mean, his main advantage right now is being up 2 trashes, and then other than that, I like my deck better. It's probably another Bonfire for me. It could be, oh, there's, I mean, we're not exactly playing at a super fast pace anyway. My Displace misses, but yeah, what can you do? I may just take, this is a nice draw for him. He's probably a little bit ahead now. I probably need to take a village, even though it's kind of has a good chance of still just being sad. He's got a nice little deck, though. He's already exiled this much. See, this is kind of like really rotten luck, to be honest, to not find a copper or to have both imps and then not find this pretty bad, but whatever. Here I'll just get another imp and buy a displace, I guess. Maybe a groom. If I had bonfired last turn, if I had drawn a copper and was able to bonfire, I would have felt really good about my chances, or reasonably good about my chances. This probably either ought to be groom or village. I think I'll wait on the groom. I think I'll just get village. Could be an acting troop as well, but I mean, I can trigger. I have to kind of decide if my position is such that I need to. Because it'll cost me an imp for sure, and then potentially not really give me much upside. Though, of course, there's some chance of drawing like an imp, in which case the turn could end up much better. Good thing here is we're not really headed for a pile out anytime soon. So he's getting villagers so that he can get the, and this is sad to have the two villages, but whatever. I do need to do another bonfire. His idea, of course, well, I assume his idea of getting the torment, I mean the attack is fine too, but part of it is that if he has villages, he can get the imps. Villagers, he can get the imps. Still, although it's kind of hard, you have to, I mean, it's maybe not hard, but it's far from guaranteed. I will take it. Maybe would have preferred to trash something permanent, but I'm not going to complain about a hit. I'm thinking of a bonfire in here. I feel pretty good now. At least I'm not too unhappy having the 4 labs to the 1. Yeah, that's okay. Well, it's not great, but it's, it's whatever. I should probably get an acting troupe. Myself, just for a little bit of consistency. I mean, a messenger wouldn't be bad either. I guess the only really quick pile out or groom changeling stuff. But there's not a third one yet. Go for more attacking. I want to get this last village. I think I can toss 1. I'm trying to think what I'm thinking. Displace into messenger, or displace horse into messenger. I guess I could displace horse into groom. Draw groom, gain a messenger. Draw the messenger. I don't know if I'll have quite the buys for all of that. I would like to get the village. Yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually. If I've thought of this correctly, anyway. We got the happy draw. Give him a copper. Well, he'll be able to bonfire that one, but whatever. I don't really need to play the messenger. I guess I could get a gold. I'm gonna buy the village. Maybe I do on a camel. I didn't really check piles for him. I'm just assuming he's a little bit away from that. What do I have next? Gold, silver. Okay. I could have certainly still played that badly. I was ahead for sure, but I could have easily played that badly enough to lose still. I mean, I'm capable of being that dumb. For sure. But I won't complain if he doesn't make me figure it out. But I mean, like, yeah, like, it was a reasonable resign. I think there was still a lot of places where I could mess it up. I guess you're doing Silk Open. I don't know what to pair it with. You can pair it with a few different things. You can pair it with, like, probably Forager or Black Market or Jack. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to dismantle. I don't believe. But I think any of Forager, Jack, and Black Market are okay. Do you want to be buying Dens of Sin? Kind of leaning towards Jack. Does Populate work here? I'm not sure Populate works. I think it doesn't. I don't think you want it here. I mean, there's like, I don't know, it's not that bad, but it's kind of bad. He did get to play as a den on... Oh, well. I mean, on turn 3. Which is nice for him. I almost quick bought a den when I had 6 there. I didn't at first realize I had the buy. Which it would have been okay buy, but I think I like what I ended up doing. Okay. These are nice. Though he can get guardians, so the attack isn't quite as appealing, but all of these things do nice things. Of course. I mean, and then it forces them to have 2 guardians, possibly. The only bad thing, from my perspective, is that this is... I don't need a rat catcher. I mean, it would basically force him to do it Guardians, I think. Or to have probably better trashy than he currently has. But he can't afford to do the Guardians. It's not the hardest thing in the world. The Bounty Hunter is pretty nice for a few different things. I don't know if any of it's as nice as Den. I know Chad will probably yell at me. Well, I don't care. But the protection here is... I mean, having to play 2 Guardians isn't the most fun thing in the world either. Bounty Hunter, I don't know. I'm really a little more interested in draw than anything here. 7 is okay. What do I have this next? I got Forager, Jack, Black Market. I'll need a bandit camp. He's gonna get Haunted Woods. Probably. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Well, it's not quite the same thing. Ambassador is probably a little better. I need to get a bandit camp. Villages are really what's the best pull, I think. What does he buy? He gets a monastery. I'm going to do this highest cycling thing. I mean, the main thing is to try and get to the den. This was very good for me. He gets a second black market, which is fine, but not that exciting, in my opinion. I'm at 8. I can go like acting troop, silk merchant, I guess. Nine would have been nicer. Well, acting troop bandit is okay. Huh. Maybe maybe another forager. Still have too many coppers, of course. I don't know if those were the buys to make, but if we find black market here, we will jump pretty far ahead, I think, just by sheer good fortune. Now the jack plays increased my hand size. Nice monastery for him. Now we didn't quite get everything we would want, but Bazaar's pretty good. Lackey's pretty good. Lookout pretty good. They're all pretty good. It would be like Lackey's Den, probably. Lookout, Silk Merchant, Bazaar, nothing. Would probably be the buys. Oh. Yeah, I did not think of this, but this is much better. I did not... This wasn't planned, but it's quite nice. Could go double silk forager. I think I like this. Yeah. If you could get like a lurker acting, or a lurker grave robber rogue or something, you could have a pretty nice you could get a lot of villagers. Those would be nice pulls from the black market now. These are garbage. These are just terrible. The Changeling is probably the best one, and it's still terrible. Pretty terrible. Probably gonna, yeah, somewhere by. We're not really anywhere near 3 pile yet. We didn't find the jack. But this is still a lot of money. Otherwise, we would be able to drop a bunch of this stuff that we just, a bunch of the spoils that we just gained. I wish I had the jack, that would be awesome. But village is pretty good. Yeah, I guess I better scheme a bandit camp. Maybe it should have been Jack. Probably, or not Jack, Black Market. It probably actually should have been Black Market. Since I know I'm drawing 4 and then I have the villagers, and then I knew I had Jack in hand, so that was probably a mistake on my part. Seems like he probably has his Jack here. The minion's okay. It's still not like a big deal, but it's okay. I guess it can mess with my scheme. I mean, it's nice for playing playing treasures at hand, then you minion your hand. It's good. It's definitely good. It's a good monastery turn for him. Okay, I guess I should technically play the jack. I mean, so the thing is, if the black market's on top, I guess since I already have the dens, I don't think I play the jack. Well, I guess I want to scheme it now, don't I? Yeah, I definitely should have schemed the black market. I guess I could seize. And I'm not going to go out if I seize, but... He may hit me with the minion. Nope. Seems at least plausible to me that I could get 4 provinces over the course of a couple turns. Can also, I don't know, there's a lot of silk merchants. I mean, the piles you would go for would be like Silk Bandit Den if you're trying to pile out. So you would probably just buy as many silk merchants as you could on the turn you seized. But it still would be a little hard, I think, to empty. That's like 30, it's like $50, $54. Unless they, I mean, you get some of it back from the silk merchant buy, so it's a little cheaper. It's not impossible, I don't think, for my deck, but I think it would be a little hard. This is a nice, if he has a jack, this is an incredibly nice pull. If he has his other jack in hand. That's like, it's like black market hacking. Actually, I already had a similar. My lackeys was already pretty close to that. So, I guess the other pile you could think about trying to do is estates. I don't know if you're going to have the buys for that, though. Like Silk Estates Den, maybe. Maybe he goes for it. Doesn't. I don't think as of now he has the buys to empty. So now he just doesn't have really any plausible threat to finish the game, in my opinion, to end the game. I would have been more afraid if he had bought C's and then maxed by Silk Merchants, and I would have been a little worried. But this is not too worrisome. Goons, maybe nice pull. I don't. It means I can't. I don't think he's very likely to play it this turn. Okay, so for me, it looks like just buy as many Silk Merchants as you can and seize. I'm pretty sure that's what my turn is going to look like. Though there's a chance that that does. For sure. Okay, we got a couple more spoiled out of there. I could up the foragers. Would be another potential play. So It would be like trash silver, trash copper, play black market, play everything. Maybe buy something from the black market, probably not. Buy 5 silk merchants, seize the day, or 4 silk merchants, seize the day. Could draw dead. And it's not very likely though. I was gonna have to. Four buy, so it's 20. Yeah, I can buy a warehouse, right? I guess I can buy a talisman. Maybe end right now. That's another possibility. I'm only going to draw. Well, there's how many spoils? There's 1, 2, there's 3 spoils. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I think it's just the warehouse is safest. Though there's something to be said for the talisman. This is sad, of course, to draw the warehouse. I guess maybe I should have left the silver. I don't know. I can clean the shuffle, I guess. What should I put on top? I guess the warehouse, right? I was kind of hoping he would resign. I don't want to click. How many? It's like, what do I need? Like, this is super plenty. I think. Yeah, it's just super plenty. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? Too many end of turn things. I was really hoping for a Kanye there. Would have been greatly appreciated on my end. Pretty well. Wild is it? So Lighthouse can pretty much handle Black Cat and Swamp Hag. We have the same opening. He gets probably a better first shuffle, at least so far. Yeah, okay. You got a much better first shuffle. I don't know what you build. You can, I guess you get trade routes and try and do that stuff, but it's not very exciting. But there's no extra gains here, except opponents giving you curses. So, like, eventually you're just buying a province or something, I guess. Like, just a province a turn at some point. And all you do is, like, whoa. I mean, obviously there's, like, things that you can activate Village Green with Honey Lodge, but do you care? I mean, do you care if you do that? You want to have golds. That's, like, is that, like, the whole story? You want to have golds? That kind of looks like the whole story to me. You want to have golds and enough, like, consistency boosting things to draw them. And some, like, maybe you have some chariot races. That was pretty sad, the way it all turned out in the end, but I have a reasonably good shot of hitting 6 here. He buys Swamp Hag, which just looks... I mean, maybe if you have just exactly 5. Otherwise, it looks kind of rotten to me. When I said I had a reasonably good shot of hitting 6, I both, 1, thought I had the Lighthouse in play, and 2, didn't really clarify that that's if I choose not to trash. I guess the Swamp Hag idea is just that it's a reasonable way of getting economy here, which makes sense, I think. I'm not gonna buy one, but that makes sense to me. He probably gets to play it this turn. I mean, now he certainly can play it if he chooses to. Again, I don't think it's... I mean, he may give me some curses. I don't think the cursing is really his major motivation for picking it up there. He just wants the kind of the duration cache would be my guess. He buys a trade route. Seems fine. I mean, this doesn't matter a huge amount. Almost certainly discarding it. Maybe I shouldn't have played the lighthouse. If he has one swamp egg and I get, say, a 1 lighthouse, I can have complete protection, but I have to play it at the right time. I guess he can always wait a turn. I mean, he can get off. Yeah, there's like. Yeah, it's not guaranteed. You can stay on the cycle, I guess. But it forces them to choose to not to play it if he wants to get back to a turn where I am not defended. Anyway, it's not important. I don't think it's important. Maybe it is, but I don't believe so. Basically, he's going to use his swamp hag, then I'm going to pass him cards, Masquerade, and then he's going to use that for his gains. That's how this is going to... That's how this is going to work in the end. I wonder if I should take a trade route. Don't know. If I do, I'll do it this turn. I'm not really sure where we're going to head from here. It's like, to me, I guess I could toss already. One more play guarantees we see the... Well, we're going to see one or the other, right? The Raise of the Mask. This is fine. Let's just do this. I mean, I think it's fine. Like, what do I know? Let's just pass him a copper. Clear off a little bit. I don't know. The trade route, to me, I may be overextending myself, but at least I have a way of getting gains now, which he doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's much upside to that or not, but for the moment, I'm not going to add the second lighthouse. This is pretty low econ turn, I guess. He's really going for the disappearing cache style. draw to X kind of payload. It's very weak. I bet everything here is pretty weak. I think the question is like how robust is it once we start greening? Maybe that's not the question, but this doesn't matter a whole lot. What do I have in here? I would like to buy. So there's the gold in there. Gold in the lighthouse. Okay. Okay. Just didn't quite I didn't quite achieve my wildest dreams here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, because I can't get the. I mean, I could just buy a. Discard and draw 5 is, yeah, one of these is. There's an. Like, I could get the draw that lets me have 6. But it's not that appealing. Trader should just give 1 all the time. And then I can buy a gold, which is okay. Gold, of course, doesn't. I could buy a swamp pack myself. I don't know. The raise on itself was maybe sad. I'm not super convinced by my play. I'm not super convinced by his play, actually, either. But maybe it's just the board is sort of terrible. I feel better about going for chariot races than I did before, just on the number of... just on the number, the sheer number... This was, of course, somewhat sad. Well, it'll be fine. I think it doesn't turn out to matter much. I mean, he's, of course, he never got a masquerade. I have to decide. I don't know if I really want to be protected all the time. I kind of feel like he needs to get a masquerade. Maybe he will. I'm not worried about the aqueduct maneuver. What do we have? So is it a discard draw? The issue would be if we bottom deck the trade route. That would be the issue this time. Now I'm not going to get hit by the swamp hag, though I kind of want to. Maybe I shouldn't have played this lighthouse. I don't know. Man, his deck is so underpowered. His spot's so many cards. But he doesn't have $8. Hey, my deck will probably fall apart. But until it does. He still has some junk to trash. I don't know what this other card is, like another lighthouse maybe, not sure. Alright, I didn't even find that trade route, so. Now I'm just confused. He plays 2 coppers. Someone buy a copper? He bought a copper. Stupendous. Increíble. I thought he played 2 of those. Who knows? I thought he had played 2 of those whenever. I guess not. That's the previous turn. I'm going to need some chariot race hits. I think. This is not a great hand for getting one. Yeah. Boo. It's starting to get scary. Should I buy copper? That seems fairly ambitious for my deck. Though I do have Hunting Ground Mask in here, so maybe it's not that ambitious. It seems a bit ambitious. Actually, I'm fairly surprised that he never. I would have loved to get the second hit on that raise. That would have been very nice. It was obviously much more likely to hit than not to hit, but given that he had the raise, not in general, but given that he had the raise, this was fairly unfortunate. But obviously the first hit was quite lucky, so. I mean, I'm 100% gonna take the province on his turn. I wonder if he ever had enough where he could have gone silver province instead of copper province. I don't know how much he had this the first time he did it. I don't really know. Guess we can dance. I mean, his state's maybe a little weird to me. If I can get a hit, well, he can get 10. Surely, okay, so surely here you go silver province. I can't believe that you think, I mean, there are like some situations where having an estate is better, but almost 100% of the time you would rather have silver, both for chariot race considerations, just because you can trash the silver without losing the point. The only bad thing is if you need to do a, well, no, that doesn't, I mean, you would probably rather, you might sometimes rather pass me an estate than a silver. There are some places where you would prefer that. There are also some places where you would prefer to pass the silver versus an estate. So that looks odd to me. Pretty sure he had 11. He did indeed. So I don't quite follow that. There we go. He's had bad luck on the chariot races. I don't think he's going to hit 13, so if I get another hit and I can province... What do I have down in here? There's Lighthouse. Lighthouse, Gold, Copper, Cherry Race. It's a pretty bad trigger also to play the Cherry Race, though. I don't quite have the money. I probably can pass him another trade route. It's not clear. Like if I flip, I'll have $6, $7. There's one province, Cherry, Lighthouse, Gold, Copper. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll play the Masquerade and just see if we get lucky. This is, of course, not quite lucky enough. Because I can't province here, but I can play a Swamp Hag. I didn't get Lighthouse down, so then this is going to be a little sad for me later on. I can play a little Swamp Hag. Not getting Lighthouse down will probably matter. I'm not sure. Though it's still pretty hard for him to take province, actually, here. I don't mind Duchy Dancing. I don't think either of us have a deck that's any good for that. so it's fine with me if we do it. Province for him is pretty risky. I mean, it will lose with this hand. As long as I continue to get some Chariot Race hits, then okay, he doesn't even play any he didn't even play any. He has 0 durations down. He cannot possibly province. Well, that's not true. That's not strictly true. But I think he does have enough lighthouses plus trader plus his silver. I think he can province, but it's going to be kind of hard. But yeah, not impossible. I was not accurate in that. I don't think he can province plus duchy. That's not possible, and he would need that to, because province's state is still losing. I have $5, but that was a lot of. Well, no, the trader's down in here, isn't it? So I just have a win. Because it's like Trader Masquerade in my last cards. I definitely got lucky on the chariot race hits. But I didn't like his deck. I don't like my deck either, though. So, whoops, I don't know why I left table. I'm stupid. Oh, now I'm just clicking all over the place. I didn't like his deck. I don't like my deck, so I don't really have I don't have a strong conclusion about. You can't invest. I don't know. You can. Apparently, you can just invest in anything. Why not? I guess if they buy a potion, you can invest in the familiars. Maybe that's enough to offset the. Probably not. I don't know if it's enough to offset the cursing. What are you doing in the meantime? IGG. Maybe you can take them on in IGG. So it's not a. It's no draw. So it's. I mean, it's like a junking kind of board, but maybe you can get to provinces and not fully empty the. Not fully empty the IGGs, for instance. So for me, it's like spices versus IGG, I guess. I had a good shuffle. I had a great shuffle, actually. He kept his improve. I guess he wants to do the research or something. Though that does require drawing the improve at a particular point in time, but it can work. It can work. I mean, if he draws the improve next turn, then more power to him, I guess. He buys a sage. He had to use a copper. Sage is pretty unimpressive to me. Universally, sage is just not impressive, in my opinion. I wish there was like Guildhall. Everyone would love that, right? He does get to do the research thing, so if the sage did help him do that, that's exciting. He got a nice turn out of it all told. And this next turn for him is probably pretty sad. I don't feel super compelled to empty every IGG necessarily. Well, I mean, yeah, I probably will. We're just gonna have to see, but. But he could even it up right here before my shuffle, which will. He's one sage. Oh, yeah. That all looks reasonable to me. There's some downsides to playing the research here. I guess I could set aside a whole bunch of cards. That could be exciting. That's a nice gain for me. I didn't hit the spices, which is a little sad, but a good province. But let's give them a couple more curses. I could get a spices. Okay. Now what I don't know is if I should go to duchies or if I should go to spices. That's what I don't know. I mean, eventually you get both, of course, but this is sad. I mean, this is just unlikely, but this is a nice hit for him. There was like some now a province. Because if I had buy, I could go for double spices, but I don't. So Wisp could draw pretty easily. This is not very good, but at the same time, it's like it's not a huge deal. I don't know if I'll shuffle again. I guess I should do this, and then just hope we're headed towards a he's gonna province. What is it? 5. Yeah, this is enough. So that one is just messy. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. Obviously, I can't really have that collision, but I was already way ahead by that point. I guess this is Hermit Potion, pretty easy. There's no other. I'll get another Hermit here, even though I'm it doesn't matter that much. I'll probably take 1 Hermit, 1 silver across these shuffles. I mean, I may have nothing here. I don't know. So we get the same. Basically the same outcome. Here I will gain. This is no trash for me, which is a little unfortunate. So So I'll take a madman here, but what do you get? Obviously, like, the drawers are nice. This air sucks, mine sucks. Form, you're probably not gaining here, but it doesn't suck per se. Catacombs, pretty good. Haunted Woods, pretty good. Lost City, quite good, though you may be helping them get to 5. Festival, not, you wouldn't gain it. I'm gonna go with the Catacombs. I don't get to trash, unfortunately, but I wouldn't be mad at. Yeah, I don't. Forum is fine too. This will be another madman for me. This is pretty sad. If we had found madmen here, we'd be in a much better shape. But we will finish trashing. So we're a little behind now, but we're not out of it yet. Now, if my madman is bottom decked here, then we're probably out of it. Well, depending. There's still a lot of shuffling. This is just a really nice turn for him. Because I assume he'll be able to buy a 5 as well. Or at least a 5. Maybe Forum plus University. I don't know if he has that much money, but certainly some nice buy, either a 5 or a University. And he is just getting pretty far ahead. If he has a madman in these, I don't know if he has one in that shuffle. We'll just see. It's not like it matters for my choices. So I don't have to spend any time worrying about it. Yeah, altar. Altar looks very good. Yeah, I don't see it happening at this point. But I'm already happy with the outcome of the match, so anything else at this point is just bonus. I can't. For my luck so far, I can't ask for more. I just have to. I would love to get 5-1 though. This one looks pretty lost. I'm kind of in the middle of the pack right now. It depends on how RTT and Haunted do. I played more matches than anybody, so it's a little hard to say exactly where I'll turn out as far as if I have a shot at the finals. I look, well, especially if this match now, I look pretty good for not demoting unless there's like a real fluke in terms of one person winning like 0 games, basically, which Psychomatic, I guess that's not really possible because I'm going to play Psychomatic, so, well, yeah. Anyway, I don't think I'll demote. I'm not sure. It might be mathematically possible, but it's very, very unlikely. Oh gosh, thank you, Marcus. I closed my eyes, and then I was rubbing them, and then I opened them, and there was a madman in my hand, and I'm like, did I black out and miss a turn completely? This will not be enough to, if he's backtracking, well, okay, it doesn't matter. This will not be enough to bring me back into the game, but it'll at least, give me a turn. And if he hadn't gained those, I think I was like even more lost than I'm going to end up being. That's okay. So I guess I'm the only one with madmen now. That's kind of nice. Okay. I'm really surprised he didn't try to get a Haunted Woods down just for consistency, though, like, he looks like he's probably pretty consistent anyway. Last cards are 2 silvers and probably a hermit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a Haunted Woods in play. I mean, I could. There are ways in which I could make that happen. I don't know just how good they are necessarily. Haunted Woods, of course, also gives your opponent some consistency that they wouldn't otherwise have if they choose to do so. That's true as well. This could end very bad. Okay, it didn't. It ended nicely. So I could, like, I guess I could trade a couple coppers for silvers. Not trade in hand, but I would be adding to the deck, so maybe it's not worth it. Right now I have 13. 13 is about as much as I want to buy, isn't it? To do Forum Alter University. It's about as much. Pretty sure. I guess the question is, do I want the silvers or the hermits? Probably not. Probably not. It's actually not totally clear that I want an altar. Kind of depends on how many turns I think the game can possibly last. Of course, it's nice. But it's like, will I get to use it in a nice way? It's not clear. I'm not going to buy Lost City. He may have dudded. Not likely, but he may have. It's like if I just hit Catacombs. Like if I'm just the Catacombs kid. The Forum Catacombs kid. Can we get... Can we possibly empty next turn? No, it's too many 5s. He would have to lower. I'll take one. He did not dud. As a matter of fact. I mean, estates aren't gonna happen, I don't think. Maybe it should have been the Haunted Woods. Huh. What'd he do? He emptied the hermits and he got madmen. Okay. There's like no world where I 3-pile right. So, well, what would it be? I guess it would be Catacombs Estate. But I need to count. I don't even think I have that. Right, so I have 4 universities. How many universities? I have 4 universities. I didn't know he only had 2. That's interesting. Okay, so 4 universities, so that would be the catacombs. And then I would need to hermit both the hermit 2 catacombs. I would do 8 estates. And then I would need to alter catacombs, which would do 1 more estate and another catacombs. So then there would be 1 catacombs left, 3 estates, and I would have 2 buys. So that's not a thing. There's also an additional issue where I'm probably not even drawing. Should I wait? Should I wait on my madman? Do I need to like double province to like, he could probably like quadruple duchy. Maybe I need to double province now and gain more 5s just to have a deck. I can believe that. Not that I can do it, you know, but I could believe it. Yeah, he doesn't have as many. S12. Probably. Well, like I said, he doesn't have that many universities, so. Okay, now the universities and the catacombs are on the table as far as the pile goes. And in fact, if I draw a deck, it should be easy. I just don't know that I can do that. It's the problem. What will I need to do it? Not any buys, probably, or not much money. I won't need. I'm actually unlikely to need 2 hermits, but so guess we just go for it. I don't think I'll draw around, but we can still. Has he shoveled since he did his madman thing? No. Though he has to have a lost city in here. I probably won't need 2 hermits, right? Now I have 5 universities. And an altar, so it may even be possible that the forms are easier. In which case I don't want the potion. What would that look like? That would be if I played every university. That would just need $10. Maybe that's easier than trying to gain and play. They already tossed a silver, which is a little sad for that. Anyway, I'm going to shift to that, I think. Though I may have already mucked it up. This doesn't matter that much. Shoot. Shoot. Okay. Well, that was fun. I didn't even get to 10. I should have a silver instead of hermit. I should at least be able to province, but I can't province, so. He can't gain that many 5s, right? He still just has. Now he has 3 universities, but 3 universities, 2 altars. Okay, he can gain a pretty good number of 5s. And he can get estates. I'm going to double duchy. I think. This may be a sad, well, not that sad. I think he has Lost City Catacombs. I'm not 100% sure he can win even if he draws. Obviously, he can gain a lot of stuff, but I'm not sure he can pile and catch me on points. My universities here will be double forums. Maybe he can win, though. I guess at the very least, he could probably get a pretty good points lead. Maybe it should be 1 forum, 1 catacomb. There might have been something to getting a... I would have had to check his capabilities more closely, which would be a pain. But I could have gotten a madman and an estate instead of the duchy buy. That might have been better. He only has the one festival. We could... Can he empty, like, Catacombs Estate Province? Or Estate Double Duchy? Something like that. He's got 2 hermits. The 4 of them. Maybe. I guess it could be forums estates double duchy might work. I don't know how much money he has. Like, he may have a good amount of money. I'm going to assume he has a win, otherwise, like, why would you get the potion? So I'm going to assume he already calculated a win, otherwise this doesn't make any sense. And it's very likely that the cards I'm getting made this more or less impossible, more possible, whatever, I guess. So he's gonna alter one of the catacombs to another catacombs. He's gonna, like, double province. Or province. He can hermit a catacombs for 2 more points, and then he province double university. Is that the play? He just needs $12. This is the kind of thing I wanted to do, but I just didn't get through the draw. I don't know if I would ever got the hand size. I wasn't getting very big hand sizes with just university catacombs. It was mostly a filtering thing. I don't know what I gained at the end. I guess 1 fewer catacombs gained for me, and he probably couldn't get there. But also, whether I could get there, I don't know. Or I didn't buy university at the end. So I'm not sure. Okay. The what do you do here? The draw's all kind of weakish, but it's there, and there are buys and gains and trashing, so. And the build up also gains you points, so like, you're gonna do it. So you either open like double stockpile to head for Vampire and Artisan. I think you just do that. I mean, you could get Caravan or Enchantress, but mission looks pretty good here. He has a 5-2, which is good here, but it's not broken. Now, this is pretty sad for me. Though if his Vampire is at the next shuffle, or then I don't know. If his Vampire misses, it's very nice for me. But okay, so he's just gonna go for playing his Vampire, which looks reasonable to me. I get diluted, but it does nothing. I don't have. Even if I had this stockpile, I'd be buying a Vampire. I don't even have that stockpile, so. His big advantage, of course, is going to just be probably trashing a little faster than I am. Villain looks sort of crappy to me. Bat, of course, is really nice. This could either be another Artisan, which apparently it is because I just went ahead and bought it. Could have gotten like Stockpile Enchantress, I guess, if I really cared about getting the thing. The one thing that's nice, I guess Villain does do mission stuff, so that's nice, and it'll help him be able to afford missions, so that's also pretty good. That makes me, I guess, more interested in it, though I already have a bunch of terminals. I'll never say anything bad about a villain ever again. Never in my life would I dream. Would I even begin to consider or think about it? Never again. I may get a stockpile back at some point, but it's gonna be a while for that. Get the curse. That's actually pretty friendly as far as that all goes. I'm living this mission lifestyle. I'm loving it. At some point I'm going to need another bandit camp, but at least for a while I can still just top deck. I mean, until I'm at the point where the artisans are actually colliding, it's not a big deal. Maybe I get one now. Top deck it. Okay, sorry, estate. Maybe I'll draw enough to mission. I might get a villain sometime. Look at all these things I discarded. Oh no. We've been bamboozled. Do I want the stockpiles back? I'm not sure. I'm super not sure. If we had gotten 4 there, man, and then the whatchamacallits are down in here. The artisans. Oh, we still don't hit one. What incredible sadness. Okay. Which one should it be? We're gonna mission. I think no matter what, I don't think I have 2 cards that I can draw that. There's an estate. Maybe there are. Maybe it should be the stockpile. Just to be sure. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. 7. But not. Just gonna get all of these. I'm all about them. I love them. Okay, 6 is not that great. 7, but to not trash. 7, but to not trash. That seems bad. Okay. Hopefully I'm not hopefully I'm not enabling a 3 pile here if I take some bandit camps. I guess he doesn't really have much going on. far as that all goes. I can get these arc points. What should I discard? Spoils? How much money can I make? I can make $9, $10. I can empty. I can empty the bandit camps. He doesn't have. Okay, he's getting a little draw. Are both the bandit camp gains worth points for me? Because if they are, that's a lot of points for him to make up. That's the only thing I don't know. I guess I can do it like this. I can probe this. That one was definitely worth points. I didn't know until your next turn, the first time each play. Yeah, okay. I think it's rough for him. I wasn't going to win that turn, but... Okay, so I got 5-1. What was the split here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Still stockpile was better than... Well, it could go. I mean, this is partially, like I just had good shuffles on top of whatever. Being first player and stuff. In any case, thank y'all for watching. I gotta play Sycomanic next weekend or sometime in the future. And then I'll be done for this season. We'll see how it all turns out, but I will catch y'all later.